have been noticing that there has been a lot of censorship on social media. I mean, obviously for the last, decade, but or the last 5 years really, but in the last 3 years, it's insane. Shout out to Elon Musk for buying Twitter. Hopefully we can, turn the tides around on social media, but there's been a lot of censorship for content creators like myself. And it's interesting because YouTube doesn't necessarily dock everyone or flag everyone. So there's obviously creators that they don't flag, or it takes a while to get flagged on YouTube. And I've seen this on Instagram too. There's this awesome creator called Soleil, and she makes like homemaker content. She posts like these beautiful Instagram reels and photos, and her account got taken down for being offensive. And it's crazy that in today's day, being a housewife is an offensive term. Motherhood is an offensive term, but it's not offensive. Definitely not offensive if you are in the trans community, if you are a trans activist. And this is why I wanted to make this live, because we have been seeing Dylan Mulvaney being amped up by social media, by the mass media at this point. And he's just literally, he's grown. I think he has like 6.5 million or 6 million or 8 million, I don't know, on his TikTok page. And he has, I think, over 600,000 followers on Instagram. And, it's crazy that man, because he is a biological man, he kept his name Dylan. Like, if you are going through this process of, I don't know, gender affirming surgeries and going through this like trans process, why wouldn't you change your name? He says, like, oh, I mourn boy Dylan, but you kept your name. So I don't necessarily fully buy that he is this amazing, genuine trans activist. I kind of am seeing a lot of red flags. And this is not also not a diss on him. He's actually like a very likable person. If you watch his TikTok videos, he's, I don't know, in my opinion, pretty harmless in the sense of like he's not promoting dangerous rhetoric or, saying that he wants, heterosexual people to, disappear and things that other activists say, right? He's very mild and kind of like a fun person to really watch. Like if you watch his content, then I don't know, he's making a caricature of what a woman is. He is taking the gender stereotypes of what a woman is and using that as his identity, which is so bizarre because you would think that the trans community would want to, like, that's the thing. The trans community says, oh, there's a spectrum of genders. You can be all different types of genders. But then when you really deep dive into it, they just affirm stereotypes left and right. And we're going to jump into some of the stereotypes he is appropriating, right? Because all of this is really just appropriation. And some have even taken to social media, like Matt Walsh, calling this woman face, right? Similar to blackface, these minstrel shows. He is, he is playing this character, this caricature of a woman, of what womanhood should look like, girlhood should look like. And it's quite bizarre, actually, when you watch these videos and you hear what he's saying, right? People on the left are calling, all of these conservative people and red pill people, whoever's talking about him in a negative light, they're saying that we're mad that he's just existing on the internet. And that has nothing to do with what we're doing. It's the fact that he opens his mouth and says the things that he says about womanhood, about girlhood. One thing that he talks about, one thing that he's mentioned is that he calls a girl's, kitty cat area because can get banned for YouTube for doing that. He calls it our Barbie pouch. I don't know. That does not sound like something like, why would you call it a Barbie pouch? If you ever looked at a Barbie, clearly he's never played with Barbies in his life because you would know that there's nothing there. Like, I've changed many Barbies while I was growing up, and they definitely didn't have anything there. It was just a piece of plastic. So Pa says, I have seen a couple clips of him. He seems really upbeat, but at the same time feels like a try hard, overcompensating. I 100% agree with that. I feel like he's definitely overcompensating. I feel like he's trying to become this character. And what's interesting too is that he has a theater background. He's an actor. So it kind of makes sense, right? He's embodying person, this Dylan Mulvaney that is a girl, and he's playing this character. That's what is going on. I believe he did start gender affirming care, like taking estrogen, and he's also trying to get breast surgery or something like that. I don't know. We'll see if he goes through with it. He still has his eggplant. So that's not going away anytime soon, not that we are aware of. And so that to me is kind of frustrating because if you're identifying as trans and you believe that you're a girl, why don't you just go full force?